You spend an entire season planting, watering, and tending your garden, only to watch your plants grow weak, turn yellow, and produce a tiny harvest. It is tempting to blame the weather, a bad batch of seeds, or your own skills, but the real culprit is usually hiding completely out of sight: dead, compacted soil. We are going to implement a simple 4-step protocol to diagnose your soil, amend its structure, and protect the garden bed, resetting its biology before the next planting season. You only need 4 things to execute this: a standard shovel, an at-home soil test kit, some bulk compost, and surface protection like mulch or cover crop seeds. By treating the garden bed as a biological system and repairing the foundation now, your next season will yield aggressive plant growth instead of wasted physical effort. Step 1 is establishing your physical and chemical baseline. Start with the shovel test. Push your heavy shovel into the ground. If it feels like hitting concrete, you have severe soil compaction. Next, check how it handles water. If puddles sit on the surface long after it rains, your drainage is poor. If the soil is bone dry by the afternoon, it is overly sandy. This image shows a typical color-coded soil test file used to extract your chemical baseline. You need to check your exact levels of nitrogen, which fuels leaf growth, phosphorus, which builds strong roots, potassium, which supports overall plant health, and pH, which measures how acidic or alkaline the soil is. Do not guess your nutrient levels. Assuming your soil needs more nutrients and throwing random fertilizers at it can physically burn your plant roots. Establishing an exact physical and chemical baseline ensures you apply the correct amendments, saving you time and money. Step 2 is the universal fix. Whether your baseline diagnosis showed hard, compacted dirt or dry, sandy soil, the initial remedy is exactly the same: adding organic matter. Spread 2 to 3 inches of compost over the bed and gently work it strictly into the top layer of your existing soil. Resist the urge to dig deeper or aggressively till compacted soil to force it loose. Tilling physically shreds the microscopic ecosystem and the delicate fungal networks that your plants rely on for survival. You will know it is working by the tactile feedback. The soil will turn darker, and when you squeeze a handful, it will hold its shape like a loose sponge. Trusting compost and earthworms to gently mix the organic matter repairs the physical structure of the soil without destroying its underlying biological network. Step 3 addresses a critical failure point: soil that stays severely waterlogged for days after a rainstorm, even after you add compost. Plant roots require oxygen exactly like humans do. If they are submerged in stagnant water, they will suffocate and rot from the bottom up. The physical intervention here is straightforward. Manually rake your amended soil into mounded rows or transfer it entirely into a raised bed frame. This animated diagram illustrates how a mounded garden row works. By elevating the root zone, gravity pulls excess water down and away into the pathways. Once that water drains to lower trenches, vital oxygen immediately flows back into the elevated root structure. By engineering the soil profile upward, you create a permanent gravitational bypass for heavy rains, guaranteeing your plants will never drown. Step 4 is blanketing the surface. The golden rule of soil health is that a repaired garden bed must never be left bare and exposed to the elements. For off-season beds, scatter cover crop seeds like clover or rye. These act as a living green manure that feeds the soil microbes. For active planting beds, apply a thick, opaque layer of physical mulch, using materials like straw, leaves, or wood chips. This layer performs a critical mechanical function. It blocks the sun, halts wind erosion, and locks in deep moisture. Applying this final layer acts as the ultimate insurance policy. It completely shields your newly rebuilt, vulnerable underground ecosystem from atmospheric damage. Let's review the transformation. You diagnosed the baseline, corrected any nutrient gaps, rebuilt the physical structure with compost, and armored the surface. You have successfully created a nutrient bank. Your soil is a compounding, living ecosystem that stores energy over time. Next season, roots will dig deeper, your plants will grow faster, and harvests will multiply with a fraction of the effort. If you found this diagnostic step-by-step protocol valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel. To see how to scale this system, click the video on screen now. We will show you exactly how to build incredibly fertile raised beds from scratch, completing your mastery over your garden's foundation.